So here at Costco tonight, and I just came by the jewelry counter to see if they had any gold or silver bars. And what's your name?
I'm Gus.
Gus?
Yeah.
Gus.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
So Gus said 45 minutes ago, sold the last gold bar,
and the last
four silver bars,
yeah.
Gone. We just checked online, everything's sold out.
Yeah, everything's sold out. So silver bars, gold bars, they come in frequently, but you got to come in and check because we're not allowed to say that we have them online anymore.
So, but you're selling gold and silver like crazy.
Yeah, definitely. We sell it like every day.
And you just pulled up online.
Yeah.
That you can go online and buy it.
Yeah, so we can go online.
And the oxygen atom, and I just like play in for us.
So right now I have silver bars searched in, but nothing popping up because we're actually out of silver bars. And then if we look up gold bars, here we go. We used to have it online too, but people have been like just waiting for it to like restock. So gold bars, we only have necklaces right now that'll pop up because the gold bars are also sold out.
So, what do you blame that on? What do you?
Mostly just people that really like collecting gold. Like such as myself, I like collecting gold. I bought myself a gold bar.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought myself a gold bar.
Oh, very good,
yeah.
very good.
And then also I want to get a silver bar, but that wasn't worth it right now because the trade price for silver.
Yeah.
But I think just everyone, because we got off the gold standard, so everyone's like, rather get gold than the money inflation.
So just elaborate a little bit more. We are off the gold standard. Dollar obviously is losing purchasing power. The economy's in shambles. And obviously people are waking up to that, and you cannot keep enough gold and silver in stock.
Not. Yeah, no. So with that too, that's why a lot of people coming in and are buying gold, because we're due for like recession soon.
I'd say we're already in one.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, if we're not in one, I hate to see what happens when we are in one, right?
We're gonna like make the Great Depression look like nothing.
Right? Exactly. So, Gus, a lot of people will say, oh, you know, people are broke, and I tell people on my channel that they should own some real assets, tangible assets like gold and silver, and they'll be like, oh, people don't have any money now. But the last I checked, you guys are selling $200 million a month in gold bars.
I wouldn't know, to be honest. This is actually my third day in sales, so like I actually come recently new. So
how long have you worked for Costco?
Well, Costco, I've been here for 3 years, but I've been in the meat department, everywhere, and so I switched over here now.
All right, so $200 million, that's the latest number that you guys are selling a month at Costco, $200 million. So, I mean, people go, oh, people don't have any money. Obviously, somebody has money. There's enough enough consumers saying that something's wrong. I better buy some gold and silver. No,
definitely. I see. That's why everyone comes in and talks about it to me.
Yeah.
Like every time they ask me, "Oh, do you guys have gold silver bars?"
Yeah.
First thing they always talk to me about is the gold standard. Like, why do we get off if we have so much gold around? Like, look at look what we have.
Let's take a look. Let's look at the inventory. You got some gold laying around here. Gold jewelry, 14, 18 karat, diamonds. But it seems like you're not selling out on this stuff. You're selling out on the bars.
No, the bars definitely, Because I bought myself a bracelet too.
Yeah,
just
good.
Because I graduated, so.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But the bars, I'm not sure why they're not doing so much of the bars more recently. We should.
Well, you're probably having a hard time getting a hold of them.
No, definitely. Yeah. I think that was the last gold bars I've seen in the last 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. Coming to the store. Yeah.
So another question. I'm gonna just pick Gus's brain here for a minute. Nice enough to talk to me. What about the average person now shopping at Costco? Are the purchases getting smaller? Are they spending a little less? What do you think?
So what I'm seeing here, when I was in front end, though, there's people are buying less, definitely.
Yeah.
Like mostly because like we don't control the price. Obviously, it's like higher ups, and the inflation's gone really bad. So even for myself, when I'm buying for my family, I'm like, do I have the extra funds? So like, can we afford this? Like, just like funds of like, say we want chocolate.
Yeah.
Can we afford it now?
Right.
Sometimes.
So now we're picking and choosing more.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, the people that there's also people that like already have the money to like top 10% something like that.
Yeah, the top 10%. Yeah,
they don't care. They'll come and buy. Like,
who's buying the gold and silver right now? Who would you say, like the customer? Is it the average Joe Blow? Is it the 10%? Is it the 1%?
Definitely be like, because most people already own like the businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's those people.
Yeah. So they have the money to like afford to buy the bars.
Yeah. What about silver?
Silver, anybody can buy silver.
So there's no excuse.
Yeah, silver, anybody can buy silver.
I mean, even though silver's up 32 and change today, there's no excuse why somebody can't come up with $30, cut the latte out, right? Maybe cut the chocolate out, cut something out, and you can buy a silver bar.
Yeah, no, the silver bar isn't too expensive. It's $3.50, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's 10 ounces. All right, so we're gonna let Gus go. He's got to get back to work. But hey, man, thanks. Really appreciate it. I think your gold bar is going to do very well.
No, yeah, hopefully it will.
All right, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you guys. Have a good
So just picking up a little bit of supplies this evening, and talking to Gus for a few minutes was somewhat eye-opening because he told all of us that the amount of purchases are getting smaller. The carts, what's going in the cart is getting smaller. People are spending less money. So as I'm here tonight too, the store is really, really quiet. Look behind me there. Tons of inventory, tons of clothes, tons of food. We're picking up a little extra dog food here for the dogs too. Just topping off some of the reserves. And it's a good thing to do this evening. But again, I thought it was really eye-opening. Last gold bar sold, last 4 silver bars sold 45 minutes before I got here. And you have an employee of Costco who bought his own gold bars. So people are really becoming more and more aware of what is happening. I highly recommend during this calm before the storm, if you need food, if you need to stock up, top off the reserves, probably a good time to do this. If you're buying emergency food, dry foods, good time to do it. Whatever you need, this is a good time to be stocking up on this stuff while the shelves are full. I think we're going to really see some problems with food at some point. We know that meat prices are going through the roof, that the cattle farms, cattle ranches are really, really depleted. Prices are going to skyrocket. We know it's happening with the birds in our country, the chickens. How many millions of birds are being euthanized now because of this health crisis? And so you're going to see chicken prices continue to go up and beef prices go up. So we're going to see problems, I think, in this country as far as food goes. And so if you need something, I would get this stuff. It's never a bad thing to have a little too much because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're living in really, really crazy times. And how quickly a store like this could be just wiped out. 24 hours, these shelves would be wiped out. People just think that, behind the doors in the warehouse that, they just make the food there and put it out here. This stuff gets delivered from, factories, from warehouses, hundreds of miles away. A lot of this stuff is, coming off of trains and being loaded up on trucks and being delivered here. I mean, 48 hours max, all this stuff is gone, wiped out. So make sure that you're protecting your family and protecting yourself. It's Thursday, May 30th. 2024. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that clip from Costco last night, spending a few minutes talking to Gus on silver and gold bar sales with Costco. Pretty interesting. It's amazing how much gold and silver Costco is selling. If you cannot get any gold or silver at Costco and you want some, you can always go to my link down below, SD Bullion. Solid place. In fact, I'd much rather be buying it from SD Bullion than Costco. But you can buy from Costco. You can buy from anybody you want. You don't even have to buy it. That's up to you. But if you are looking for a really good, reputable source, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. Now, as I make this video, just minutes ago, the verdict on the former president just came in guilty on all counts, all 34 counts. I'm not going to sit here and get political. I don't do that here. But what does this mean for tomorrow's markets? I think that we could see a real big hit tomorrow. Don't know, could go the opposite direction, but I would not be surprised to see markets down over 500 points tomorrow on this verdict. Again, I'm not going to sit here and get political, but it really makes you think a lot with what's going on. And I do believe that we're going to see a pretty sizable hit on the markets tomorrow. Could be wrong. Who knows? Could go the opposite way. But one way or another, we're going to see some huge volatility tomorrow. Now, shifting gears a little bit, a couple articles I printed today. 37% of Americans paid a late fee in the last 12 months, report finds. Again, this on CNBC. If the consumer is doing so well, if the consumer is so strong, how come 37% are paying late fees on a bill? I would say that they're probably late on a bill because they can't afford to pay it, and they're probably broke. But I mean, this is an absolutely astonishing number. 37% are paying late fees on a bill. That means they're late paying the bill. So they're getting even more poor because they're paying these astronomical fees on late bills. The American people, for the most part, not the top 10%, but the people below that are going broke. And they're probably, at this point, having to borrow money to just pay those late fees. This is how bad it's getting. We are in big, big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. This country is in big trouble. And the American people, the middle class, the lower middle class, the poor, they are being absolutely decimated. Pending home sales in April slumped to lowest level since April 2020. Sales were down in every region of the country. The Midwest was the hardest hit. But we're being told that, boy, this shortage of inventory, that, boy, you can't even get a house out there. Pending home sales plunged 7.7% month over month, the biggest drop since February 2021. Sales are down 0.7% year over year, and this is the 29th straight month of year over year declines. And we're seeing more and more inventory popping up. If you didn't see my video yesterday, I went to a new development that is under construction right now. You can see what 1,300 square feet to 2,400 square feet will cost you out here in the desert, starting out at $505,000 to $629,000, and this is without upgrades. You're going to have HOAs on top of that. You're going to be paying over 7% for a mortgage. And I don't know, there may be Melrose out there, which would mean you'd be paying, instead of 1.25 in taxes, you'd be paying around 2% in taxes. Not sure if they had Melrose or not, but it is new development. Would not shock me. But where in the world are people getting, $4,000 or $5,000 a month to pay for one of these cookie cutters? It just makes me shake my head and ask a lot of questions. How much longer is this going to go on for? More problems for housing is going to be job losses, more inventory coming, higher mortgage rates. This is not a good combo for home sellers. There's a lot of people with existing homes that are trying to sell these existing homes. I was looking at one of the markets in the southern part of the United States this morning, and I mean, it is not uncommon to see homes on the market for over 200 days. I saw a home today on the market for 687 days, 350 days. When do the sellers begin to realize this is not 2022? Those days are over, that qualified buyers are shrinking, people are losing jobs, inflation is just destroying people's savings. They don't have the money, the resources, or the wages to afford a home at these rates and at these prices. Something's going to have to give. Either mortgage rates are going down to 2% or prices of homes are going down. You be the judge. I think prices are going down, and I'm beginning to see more and more price reductions. And when you look at the home builders, they're lowering prices. But where they're really lowering prices is with the mortgage buy downs, the zero money down, which yesterday the builder there, zero money down. They're throwing in granite countertops, travertine floors, many of these builders, whatever they have to do. So they're lowering prices a little, but they're throwing in all these incentives at the back end. The mortgage buy downs, the zero money down, the travertine floors, the granite countertops, and all that. But they're not including that in the final price. So we don't really know if they lower the price 5 or 10%, but how much more are they giving the buyer on top of that that's not being included in the final price? They don't want to lower the price. They want to keep those comps nice and high. They'll come down 5 or 10%, but that's it. But they're spending tens of thousands of dollars on the back side there to buy these mortgages down, to throw in the incentives, zero money down. This is definitely hitting their bottom line, hitting their margins for sure. The hedge today, collapse, retailer routed as consumer turnaround stalls. This is Kohls today. Kohls stock down 22.8% today. They are down 25% year to date. So much for the strong consumer. The consumer is struggling, doing anything they can to keep spending, but the credit cards are running out. They're getting maxed out. They're choosing food and utilities and rent above shopping for new shoes, shirts, pants, whatever. They're having to make some real life choices now that maybe I better pay my electricity bill, maybe I better pay my rent before, and maybe I better make sure my kids are eating before we go to Kohls and buy more clothes. People are beginning to have to make real decisions here, but there are still people out there who are going to go down with the ship. They're going to spend all the way to the end. They don't care. They're fighting inflation the best that they can with credit cards, with buy now, pay later plans. They're just not going to give up the lifestyle. They're not going to give up their shopping sprees. They're not going to give up Amazon. These people are going to lose. This is the time you better, batten down the hatches, tighten up your finances, get your house in order right now, because if you're still spending money you don't have, money maybe that should go somewhere else, like maybe building up the war chest, having a cash reserve, maybe owning some tangible assets like gold and silver. These are just thoughts. Maybe this is a better idea than maybe taking a vacation or going out to dinner every weekend or going out to lunch every day or buying a $10 latte. Maybe this is a better place to be and own something real and be prepared for an emergency. If you lost a job, a spouse lost a job, can you float for 6 months, or are you in big trouble? The problem is most people have no money saved up. So when they lose a job or their spouse loses a job, they're in panic mode. They're in pure chaos because the bills are coming in tomorrow and they have absolutely no money saved up, versus the people who have 6 or 12 months of reserves put away. Yes, they could have went on vacation. Maybe they could have bought a nicer car. Maybe they could have more of a social more social fun, a funner lifestyle. But instead, they put the reserves away in case of an emergency. So if one of them loses a job today, they're not in panic mode. They're not in chaos. They have time to sit back, get things under control, not panic, and look for another job. But they're not gonna be in panic mode because they can pay their bills for the next 6 to 12 months. They can eat. Their kids are going to be okay. So which one would you rather be? If you have reserves put away, you've obviously probably made some sacrifices to do that. And, maybe your social life isn't as exciting as some of your friends who, are going on vacation and going to Vegas and going to Hawaii and going out to eat all the time. But if they lose a job, they're in big trouble. You're not. Here's another one today from Fox Business. Higher interest rates could cost U.S. companies $380 billion in slowly unfolding crisis. More than $3 trillion in loans and bonds are set to mature this year. Companies refinancing that debt will likely pay $76 billion more in interest this year. Between 2024 and 2030, companies will pay $381 billion in interest cost. I think that we're going to see a lot of companies no longer exist in the next year or two or three. The consumer is not as strong as we've been told. These interest rates are definitely taking a hold on a lot of companies. And what about small business? What do you think the interest rates are doing to small business? But at the other end of the spectrum, if you cut rates, you're going to produce a lot more inflation. So they've got us in a real predicament here. If they raise, if they cut, it's going to be bad no matter what. But as far as what's happening in the housing market, I think mortgage rates are going to go up higher. They may come down a little bit. But at that point, how many people are going to have a job? What's inflation going to be? What's the cost of living going to be? This whole thing is a complete disaster, and it's unraveling very, very quickly and going to get much worse. I know there's people out there that just think everything is great, that the economy is doing wonderful. These people need serious help. They need therapy. They need counseling, because if you actually really believe that things are good, I don't know what to tell you. You are drinking way too much Kool-Aid. I've never seen the U.S. economy this bad. In fact, I think the U.S. economy is in shambles. I think we're in the second Great Depression now. And how much worse this is going to get, it can get a lot worse. And it probably will get a lot worse. And what we saw today transpire, wow, it's going to get a lot worse. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen to the manipulated markets tomorrow with this news. I think that we could really take a big hit tomorrow. But again, I mean, things are so manipulated, who knows? I'm going to leave it there today. Thanks for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. Keep sharing these videos. A lot of people are waking up. Just even speaking to Gus at Costco yesterday, the young gentleman who worked there bought a gold bar from Costco. I mean, here's a guy working at Costco, walking the walk, very awake. I wish I had more time to talk to him, but he was working. And Gus, thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time. But here's a guy walking the walk, working, buying gold, very awake to what's happening to the dollar. And so I think that's a reminder to all of us to do our research, understand history. Don't listen to everything we hear. Actually do our own due diligence. What's happening with the dollar? What has happened in history? What does all this money printing do? What does inflation do? And the importance of holding real hard tangible assets like gold and silver. And it's amazing that if Costco sells something, they can do $200 million in sales of gold and silver. And everybody goes, well, if Costco's selling it, it must be good. So, and that's good. I'm glad Costco is, and I'm glad that people are waking up and understanding the importance of this stuff. Because when you go by these developments, these home developments, when you look at where mortgage rates are right now, the price of homes right now, the weakening U.S. dollar, the decimation of the middle class, the mounting U.S. debt approaching $35 trillion, war, uncertainty, political uncertainty, geopolitical uncertainty, you name it, it's happening. The major deficits in this country, it just goes on and on and on. I think this is a great time to just get back to simplicity, own real things, get out of the system the best that you can. If you're just holding digits on a screen, I think it's extremely dangerous. I think the financial system is very vulnerable, much more vulnerable than most people are admitting. Same with the banks. So, I think we just have to think a little bit outside of the box. And I think we should be, really doing our due diligence and really asking questions. And you have to realize here we are in 2024. Anything is possible. Watching the television today and what just occurred today, anything is possible. Protect yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, every which way, mentally, physically, spiritually, and of course, financially. God bless. I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you very, very soon. We'll see what the markets do tomorrow. Share this video. Stay safe. Take care.